So hi and welcome to another Tech Tuesday. Today I'm going to be showing you the Logitech G305 mouse here. This is a wireless mouse. If you've been following my Tech Tuesdays, you'll know that I go through the pros and cons, but I'm going to change it up a little bit today and I'm going to show you some mice tests for jitter, slam tests, the force to actuate the mouse buttons along with a few other bits. So stay watching to see the results for this if you're interested. If you want to look at the full mouse spec details, check out the Logitech website. I'll put the link in the description. I'm not going to go through every single detail here on the specification, as you can read this online. What I'm going to do is give you my opinion of what I think of the mouse and also show you some statistics to help you decide on whether you want to use this mouse or not. So if you haven't already, hit the subscribe button and the like button. If you want to see a comparison between this 305 and the G Pro wireless, hit the like button. If you give me around 20 likes, I'll certainly consider doing that as a comparison video. So this mouse can be bought for around £50 on Amazon and $50 as well. It's been around for around 4 months now and I've been using this mouse ever since it came out. I've just not had a chance to review it, but I've been using it for general desktop work and for gaming as well. So let's show you some of the jitter tests here and the angle test. I was using the Hyperflux hard surface and I've also shown you statistics for the soft surface. As you can see here, the mouse is performing really well. The only real anomaly that I had, and I tested it a few times, was on 400 DPI when doing the lift-off test and putting it back to see what the accuracy was. You could see here it slightly drifted on both hard and soft surfaces. Although on the cloth surface it was a bit more accurate on a slower lift-off, but as soon as you picked it up a little bit, it became a bit rogue and tried to track off to the left. So overall this mouse performed well, so the only issue I saw was around 400 DPI and lift-off, and I've not really had the issue when I'm gaming with it, but it's something certainly to consider. So moving on to the slam test, I've used Call of Duty Black Ops 3, mainly because I'm looking forward to the Call of Duty Blackout Battle Royale versions. So if you're not already following me on Twitch, do that. I'm also on YouTube and Mixer. If you want to see me play that when it comes out on release, which is 12th of October. Let me know in the comments if you guys are looking forward to that, or whether you're waiting for the Battlefield 4, or whether you're still more of a Fortnite and Pug kind of lover. So on the slam spin out test here, I could not get it to spin out. It was really good on accuracy, even just slamming the mouse down on the mat here. This G305 on 400 and 1600 DPI, it wouldn't spin out. It was basically continuously holding its position on the mat, which was very impressive here from the Logitech sensor.
This can't be happening.
So this mouse is powered by a AA battery. It comes with one in the box, which is good to see. It makes a change from manufacturers to actually provide a battery in here. This is changeable, or you could use a rechargeable battery. And battery life on it, honestly, I haven't even changed the battery yet. So it's certainly well above 30 days that it reckons. I've even left this mouse on accidentally. I normally turn it off when I'm not using it, but I'm very impressed so far. Again, the battery life on this is phenomenal. If you haven't already, check out my weight reduction video. I've shown a video here on how to reduce the weight with some battery tricks. Check it out if you're interested. I'll put a link in the description, as I will do for all the other products here as well. So checking out the latency here, I was using something called Human Benchmark. I think it's what Rocket Jump Ninja has been using as well, so to try and help you give a comparison to his statistics versus mine, because there is a bit of human interaction here. If you have a better way of testing this, let me know in the comments and I'll certainly look into it. This mouse comes with 183 response rate, which is pretty good. I think it put me in the top 97, 98% here on that benchmark, which uses a bench for other people using it as well. So that's pretty good. This mouse certainly had very limited latency, as you could see, and you can tell that when you're gaming with it. So gaming on this mouse, I've had no issues with latency. This is using the new wireless technology that Logitech have been using for the PowerPlay mouse mats as well, like the 903. And I can't fault this mouse. This wireless has never let me down. It's not like the older days where you'd lose a bit of performance, or sometimes it just get a bit spun out on itself. This has been very accurate, and I can barely tell it's even wireless if I can at all. So getting into the weight here before I go on to the force that you require to press the buttons. The weight here of the mouse is 96 grams with a standard alkaline battery in it. That's removing the dongle though, which is another 2 grams, so it'd be around 98 grams, which is accurate to what Logitech are saying this mouse should come in at. Without the battery in but the back plate, it comes in at 73 grams. If you take the back plate off, which some people are doing here to try and reduce the weight further, The backplate is 8 grams, which means the mouse would come in without the backplate at 66 grams without the battery. And the USB dongle, as I've said, is 2 grams. So there's a few combinations you could try here. You could take the remove the backplate. You could try some of the weight reduction video tips that I've been putting in place. And I'm going to be doing some more because a few people have given me a few more ideas. But this mouse is certainly a light mouse for wireless, and you can get it quite a bit lighter. Let me know in the comments if you want me to do any drills on this mouse. I might try and smooth it out a little bit and try and get rid of some of the additional weight in it, see how light we could really get this mouse. If you let me know in the comments and there's a few of you saying that, I'll certainly try it, because obviously I'll destroy the mouse. Hey ho, maybe. So one of the new things I'm looking to do here is tell people how much force it requires to press the mouse button. What I've done is I've got a force meter, and what I'm using is I'm testing the front of the mouse button, middle of the mouse button, and the back of the mouse button, because these require different pressures. And I thought people would be interested in that to try and help understand how much pressure is required for each mouse button. I'm going to put these into a database. I'm going to put them to my beardybob.com website. So if you need to review these against other mice, go check that out. I'm just in the process of building it, so hopefully it'll be done very soon. So what I did was I took 3 measurements here, each position, and then I'm going to use the average one here to give you an idea of what the press is. Obviously there's going to be some slight tolerances here. This should give you a good idea of how much pressure is required for each button, especially as we go on and do it for a lot more mice. So the front press here is 35 grams. If you're pressing on the middle, it's around 70 grams. And there's quite a jump here. If you're pressing on the rear, you're requiring around 185 grams. This is because of the different leverages of the mouse button and the length of the mouse button on the switch itself. Some differences here could be the position that the switch is in that the vendors put, and also the length of the press itself. So it's going to be interesting to see what these results are like going forward. I've also done the side buttons here, and they come in at a press of around 90 grams. So they require quite a bit of force, but they certainly don't feel it when you're pressing it. And these mouse buttons I've been very impressed with. I do like the click on this, and I'm usually around the middle of the mouse button. So let's get into the shape of the mouse and the size in here. The sides of this mice are quite tailored in. As you can see, both left and right side are very symmetrical. The mouse overall shape is symmetrical. It's curved in any way to the person's right hand, although it doesn't have buttons on the right hand side of the mouse for your thumb, only on the left. So it is still a right-handed mouse. The length of the mouse comes in at 116.6 millimeters in length. The rear width of the mouse is 57.3 millimeters. The middle of the mouse is 62.9 millimeters in width, and the front width is 57.6 millimeters. So this is quite a small mouse. The height of the rear is 32 millimeters. The middle of the mouse height is 34.2 millimeters, and the front is 21.2 millimeters. So as I've said, this is quite a small mouse. I like the way this actually fits in my hand. It's a great shape. I really like this mouse. My hand does sit slightly off the back here. I'll put my hand dimensions as well in the video and on the description. But for me, this mouse fit really well. It would certainly be suited to medium to small size hands. I think if you've got large hands, it's certainly going to be a little bit small for you to press. For me, this mouse also fitted all grip types, including palm, claw, and fingertip here. I think it fits very well to all sight shapes and sizes. This mouse is quite a good all-rounder for shape, in my opinion. So the quality on this mouse, it would have been nice to have seen some more rubber on the sides here. It's full plastic. It's a bit like the 903 in terms of plastic, although I could let this off a little bit more because of the price. But it would have been nice to have a bit more grip on the sides, although because of the tapered edges, it doesn't generally slip around in your hand. My favourite feature on this mouse is by far the scroll wheel. I think this has one of the best scroll wheels, if not the best scroll wheel around. I've also calculated how many notches it is for a full circle, and they come in at 25. I'd say the mouse decibel sounds here from the right and left click are average. It's not loud, it's not quiet. Certainly got a nice press here on the right and left mouse button. They're very nice. Side buttons can be a little bit spongy, and it comes with a DPI button as well that can't be reassigned. The only lighting on this mouse is on the DPI button, for profile button, whichever way you want to say it. And it has a few stages of color, but it can't be changed, the coloring on this one. It's only so you know which setting you're on, potentially, and which DPI you're after. And other than that, there's no RGB, which doesn't bother me. It would have been nice to have a little bit on it, but I'd rather have the battery life over the RGB. This mouse requires the Logitech G software, and that means you can assign all the buttons to any combination that you like, but you do need the software installed to be able to change any of the defaults, including DPI. One of the things I would have liked to see a change on here is the feet. I think this has quite small feet, and although it glides well, I would have preferred to have a slightly larger pad area on these for even smoother gliding, especially on the rear where they have a dot. And although this has helped it from dragging on the bottom, it would have been nice to have all those three joined together, in my opinion. Accessory-wise, in the box you don't get too much. You've got some reasonable packaging here. You get a USB dongle, a battery. You also get the USB cable, that's a rubber cable, so you can move the sensor closer to your mouse if you wish, or you can plug it into the back of the PC. Overall, I didn't find that to be any issue, whether it was plugged in on the cable or whether it was in the back of the PC for any latency. The only thing to note here is you can't charge the mouse off your PC. You'll need to have a rechargeable battery, AA charger, or a new AA battery to put in it yourself. So overall, this Logitech G305 is probably one of my favorite mice that I've been using this year. I certainly recommend it for the price. I don't know any mouse at this price level that would beat it, especially wireless. If you're into this, this is a great travel mouse as well. So I certainly recommend it to buy. So I hope you like this video. I hope you like the new take on it, showing you some of the tests. Let me know if you want to see some other tests. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll catch you all again later. Thanks a lot. Bye bye.